Skeletons and staff hunters, this is internet personality Vangelus, and Toys R Us got themselves a Mission to Cybertron sub-brand to bank in on that Trans5mers hype, and the solo deluxe Mission to Cybertron Autobot, we think, is Skullitron, the imaginatively named new head redeco of Wave 2's Steelbane. Skullitron, not Skullotron, not Skullatron, Skullitron. Sure thing, man. You do you. Weird story, which I didn't notice until I got this guy, but Skullitron and Steelbane both seem to have gone for the same approach of being cast mostly in grey, and then getting heavily painted. I say this because Skullitron appears to literally be Steelbane, with a new head painted much differently. And damn if it isn't striking. The beaten copper with oxidized highlights goes above and beyond my expectations for mainline Transformers, even at the double crazy 40+ Canadian dollar price point at my local Toys R Us. Thank goodness for sales. The paint does have its limits, as Skullitron's arms and wings are noticeably new looking compared to the rest of his body. There are some silver cyberglyphs tampographed on one of his winglets, but I'd much rather have seen those things in zombie-like tatters, you know? That new head sculpt Skullitron's sporting is the second part of his two-step program to looking badass. Looking a whole lot like that one knight from that one part of the film, he is mangled, grimacing, and terrifying. Apparently still branded as an Autobot, so he fits in with the movieverse version of the faction just dandily. I love the lone red optic paint app, and am itching to add a shading wash or two to further bring out the decayed detail of Skullitron's visage. By the way, my Skullitron's joint tolerances out of the box were way better than on my Steelbane. One of his hips and both of his Dragon Chicken Wyvern winglet arms had fairly loose ball joints still, and the torso remains difficult to solidly clip onto the backpack, but hey, he didn't feel like a rag doll on minute 1. Nevertheless, floor polish, here we come. As for accessories, he has the same sword as Steelbane. Knight Bros, unite! U-Night. Knight with a K. Ha!
Skullitron, transform!
Unfortunately, Skullitron loses 99% of his identity in Dragon Mode. It's literally Steelbane in new colors, and that's a shame. Like I said, some tattered wings would have gone a long way in enhancing the motif and carrying it between both forms. With this opportunity, though, we can now see what a Steelbane looks like riding on a Skullitron. Or, stay with me, a Skullitron riding on a Steelbane. Thank me later. The best-worst thing about Skullitron is his name. The worst-best thing about Skullitron is having slightly better tolerances in many joints out of the box. The best thing about Skullitron is his paint job. And the worst thing about Skullitron is his price in Canada, as our side of Toys R Us decided to give him a 40 Canadian dollar tag plus tax, and that's ridiculous. Thank goodness for sales, but even then, he's almost never going to be less than 25 or 30 bucks, provided you're able to pay that 25 or 30 Canadian bucks, tops, converted to whatever currency it is you're using. He's got excellent paint and the same winged robot knight qualities as Steelbane. I'm happy I got him, I just can't find myself yelling at the rest of the world to do the same. And did I mention I'm happy I got him on sale? Anyway, this has been internet personality Vangelus, and boy howdy do I bring up the price of these The Last Night toys a lot. It's almost as though it's a huge ball and chain hanging off of the ankle of the entire line.